Yes! Woohoo! Oh, hi there. Didn't see you there. Was just playing some Metal Snake Gear Solid on the Nintendo Playbox 2. You. Well, anyways, I'm the Big Gamer, and I do video game reviews. But first, we need a video game. Let's see if we can find one. Games.
Have you ever been babysitting? Maybe you have a baby brother or a sister. Or maybe you work with children on a daily basis. Anywho, you know that there is nothing more obnoxious and scary than a child having a tantrum and witnessing all the destruction they leave in their wake. Some say it's a rite of passage, a way to cope with the new world we get brought into. But in truth, it was just our way of saying, "Fuck you, Mom, you eat your broccoli."
Some people just went with it though, and indeed found so much joy in the destruction of things that they made a profession out of it. That's how we got demolitionists today. True story.
But sometime, somewhere in the late 90s, a couple of graduates took it upon themselves to reach out to the world and give them the satisfaction that they sorely needed, namely Blast Corps. Blast Corps was released for the N64 in 1997, the same year the N64 console was released in Europe and Australia, and the tragic passing of one of Nintendo's godfathers and creator of the Game Boy, Gunpei Yoko. The game was produced by Rare back in the day when they were called TRBG. It was led by Martin Wakely as lead designer, the same man who would have a finger in the creation of titles such as Jet Force Gemini and Diddy Kong Racing. The objective of the game, as you may have guessed by now, is complete destruction. You're playing a random employee from the demolition company Blast Corps, and with a whole armada of unique vehicles at your disposal, you've been tasked by an unknown company to clear a path for a truck carrying defect nuclear missiles for due detonation. The objective is all well and good, and besides, we need an excuse to unleash the Kraken. But there's something about the written plot that seems a bit off. A pair of defective nuclear missiles en route to a safe detonation site have begun to leak. Badly damaged, the carrier automatically locks onto the most direct route. Okay, hold on just a second. I may not be a rocket surgeon like this guy, or that guy, but what kind of explanation is that? There's not a doubt in my mind that there's a pretty volatile concoction in a nuke, but if there never was any intention for a human driver of the truck, and some leakage is all that takes to short fuse a freaking armed truck specially designed for transportation of toxic and nuclear waste, I really start to question how seriously the company takes its security measures and genuine interest for the safety of mankind. You can't even see the waste, for crap's sake. Besides, that's some direct on-course traveling route they got there. They freaking take you all over the world.
I'm really starting to doubt there was a safe zone to begin with. This was just more convenient.
That aside, the game is really fun to play. The controls feel accurate, and nothing beats the feel of completely leveling a city for some nincompoops who couldn't do their job right.
I guess you could say the world is in for an extreme makeover.
Let's have a look at the vehicles, shall we? You got your regular demolition tools you find in real life, with albeit some slight modifications. You got a ramdozer, a bulldozer, for maximum mayhem. You got the backlasher, a dump truck you slam into buildings in a long line. More entertaining than useful, as you tend to have to sweet spot the slide a little to actually destroy anything. Just makes this awkward laggy effect from crashing head on. Then you have a Skyfall, a Dune Buggy, meant for platform leaping goodness. Not as powerful as I mentioned above, but it's refreshing with some speed for a change. Next up, it's the Ballista, a motorcycle with missile launchers mounted on its sides. Enough said. And last, but also the weirdest, the Side Sweep. Looks like a typical street cleaner if you ask me, only that it's equipped with extending rams mounted on its sides. I like the idea of this vehicle. If there's something too big to clean and just not worth the hassle, then slam that shit out of there.
Nintendo. Blast Corps. 64 if you know what I mean. Right, so there you got the tools of destruction, which are great in their own way, but what if I told you that on certain stages you can destroy everything inside with...
huge fucking robots! Oh yeah! With these 3 gargantuan bionic sexy man dreams, ruining the world has never been more fun. You got the Thunder Fist, a tall, sleek robot with a massive right fist, meant for destruction. He attacks by rolling into a building, and then there's also the Cyclone Suit. Love child of every acrobatic action, this robot literally somersaults into objects, and looks quite fabulous while at it. And my personal favorite, the J-Bomber. With a giant propel jetpack thingamajig on his back, he soars high into the air. As he is over the target, boom! The bastard comes crashing down in an explosion of manliness and ponies. Manly ponies. Ponies made of men. Men who look like ponies!
Okay, let's get back on track.
It's worth noting that there are a few side objectives you can do while completing a stage. You'll get a bonus for destroying all obstacles, and you can also grab some extra points by activating glowy dots all over the stage with radiational dispersion units. Since they had the time, how about they just skip the RDU, scrap that failsafe, get their asses off that plutonium, put on those biosuits and get their ass to work?
But I digress. The stages start out simple and incorporates more and more obstacles and vehicles along the way. Holy Jesus tits! The stage becomes as unforgiving as an Irishman walking into the old pub on St. Patrick's Day when there's no alcohol left. And here's the quick insight on some of them.
First off, the first stage. This serves as the game's tutorial level, and you can basically knock yourself out. This stage plays itself. So you start off in a ramdozer and those goddamn pop-ups. Right, you then continue your oh, for crying out loud. Stop lecturing me in what I can or can't do, I just wanna wreck this place! You wrap up the stage and you get your medal. But when you get about halfway, you unlock a stage called Oyster Harbor. This is what nightmares are made of.
Here's what you gotta do for the stage.
When the stage begins, drive your ballista straight forward until you reach the roadblock ahead, then exit the vehicle and make your way down to the plateau below and enter the ramdozer. Use it to smash all the containers and head back. Turn right into the small platform with all the TNT cubes, smash the containers there and enter the lift. Turn the lift's elevator to where the dozer is, land it and enter the ramdozer to push one of the cubes onto the elevator. Exit the dozer and enter the lift. Elevate the platform and sink it right in the middle of the bridge barricade. This should destroy it completely and you'll avoid having to blow up 2 of the cubes. If you missed, however, then winter is coming early this year, son. Make your way across the bridge and you will find some rocks and holes in the ground. Use the dozer to fill in all the rocks. You will need one of them to get 2 additional ones. One is also hidden behind some destroyable fuel tanks. After a short drive, you'll reach some water and some boats. Take your dozer across 2 of them and park your dozer on the 3rd. Bring the boat all the way to the right until you see this goofy face appears. Exit the dozer and cross the mini bridge nearby and enter the 2nd boat to align it with the 1st. Bring your dozer back to where you came from and exit it upon the last boat. Take it all the way to the left and bump the TNT you find onto the boat. Head back until the boat's aligned, push the TNT cube with the dozer all the way up to the main building, smash it in, and you're done!
You think that will be enough to work with?
Thankfully, this is one of the hard levels. You really don't pay much attention to the nuke truck until these later stages. Even with its snail-like speed, it starts to catch up with you really fast.
Well, there you have it. Last corpse for the N64.
It's quite a jewel, but maybe not the most well-known offspring from Rare, who brought forth some of Nintendo's most kick-ass titles. But with the 71st spot on the 200 best game rankings in Nintendo Power, it's most likely better than I had originally thought. If you haven't tried it out yet, see if you can find it on eBay or ask a friend to borrow it. It's a whole lot of fun and a unique experience.
I would like to thank you for tuning in and hope that you found my show somewhat informative and interesting. And if this could be something for you, then please leave a like and comment down below and tell me what you think. This is Big Gamer and Games I... stuff. Stay classy, world.